Yeah, the question was what the first conscious decision was to change ID from a zine to a magazine. What was the key decision you made?
It was really Terry's decision because we'd done it ourselves for a long time from our house, and it was just costing too much. You know, it was costing too much. It was taking up too much space in our hall when it got delivered. And we had some help from Ferrucci in Italy at one point. He bought. He agreed to. What's the word? He sort of confirmed that he basically ordered copies of the magazine, so we knew that they were going to be sold. But actually, the real turning point came in 1985, when the magazine had been going for 5 years, and Terry met up with Tony Elliott from Time Out, and he became our partner. So we sold 51%, and Tony put a structure in. He and his financial people put a structure in that we'd never had before. They showed us how to make a business plan, and every year we had to do things properly, and we had to meet targets. And I mean, it really, I think that's what kept us going, really.
Okay.
Okay.
And the second question was kind of linked in with that. It was, what do you think you had to give up in order to become and accept it, because you come from this.
I think Tony was really good.
Tend to still.
I'm losing you a little bit, Lisa. I think that Tony was a really good partner in that he didn't, editorially, we didn't have to give up anything. He allowed us complete freedom. Terry had total freedom as creative director. What did we give up? It was more what we had to start doing. It wasn't right at the beginning, but some years later we had to get more involved with the fashion industry and had to start taking that rather more seriously and go to things like fashion weeks. And if people are supporting you with their advertising, then they really do want to see you coming to the shows. And so there was more of that. There was more interaction, I suppose, with the with the fashion industry, who were supporting us and helping pay people's salaries. At the beginning, nobody got paid, just so you know. In the very first days when people came to our house, they had supper made for them. I would make pasta and salad and things, and we'd feed them, but they didn't actually get paid. Everyone did it out of love, and it was only really probably when Tony came on board that we actually started paying people properly.
Okay.
Can I ask about that? So, what was different from what Tony did? Was it that he brought backing? Did he introduce you to people who would fund you, or
basically he paid off our debt because we'd actually had to sort of. Terry said we need someone to invest in the magazine, and instead of being black and white at the very beginning, he was putting in color, and so it was an investment of our money. But then we ran up an overdraft, so he said, I'm really looking for a partner. When Tony came in, he gave us a proper office. As I say, he set targets, so we had to, reach advertising targets every month. But also, he put in an investment, which we were very green. I didn't really understand that all had to be paid back. So, everybody got proper computers, and we probably had a bigger team with with a real office as opposed to the top of our house. And but then it all had to be paid back over the next sort of, 5 or 10 years.
Okay. Lisa, do you want to ask another of your questions, and then we'll go on to someone else and come back to you later?
Another one was how you, because it is kind of your child, the magazine, you tend to spend a lot of time with it, and you forget that it's actually also the work you do. So what did it take staying away from work and taking your mind off the magazine for a bit?
Well, the fact that Terry and I work together and live together, we're married, could have been really an issue, and I'm not pretending that we didn't talk about it in the evening, and we didn't talk about it over weekends, but we would definitely have times where we'd say, we're not talking about it.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about it. My way of relaxing is big nature, so walks and beautiful scenery and big countryside. So I'm not, when I have time off, I'm not really in the city. Not for choice. We have a few days where we'll go to exhibitions or cinema, but my choice for switching off is big nature. You had another question. But also we had kids, so when you have children, you can't sit at dinner and talk work all the time because you're a family. So it would spill over, but I think having children, and our kids were born in they're now absolute adults with their own children, but they were born in 72 and 76. So the magazine at that time was very young. So for a long time we didn't really talk about it much at dinner or at breakfast, or try and keep it away from the kids. Obviously, while it was in our house, there was a crossover, but have I answered it?
Yeah, thanks.